Hi everyone, in this video I will show you another interesting hybrid weapon loadout for the Annihilator chassis. But let me tell you a little bit of the background story behind this build. In the past I've shown you a couple of different Annihilator configurations. One of them was loaded with the 4 AC-10 burst fire autocannons, and then the other, one of my all-time favorite builds, was loaded with the 4 AC-5 burst fire autocannons. Now the problem with the AC-10 burst fire configuration was that there just simply wasn't enough of ammo for certain missions. It is definitely very capable and a very devastating mech, but it may not be suitable for all kinds of missions due to its limited number of ammunition. Then in my previous video, where I've shown you the variant loaded with the 4 AC-5 burst fire autocannons, while it is one of my favorite builds due to its accessibility and affordability, especially early in the campaign or career, depending on which mode you're playing this game. The problem for some people may be just, the lack of the destructive power as compared to some other builds which I've shown you on this channel. Nevertheless, it is a very capable mech if it used right. So one day I thought, okay, what if I combine those two things to get the best of both worlds? And here is what I came up with. So I took a ballistic variant of the Annihilator, and I decided to mix those two types of autocannons. So I've installed the 2 AC-10 burst fire autocannons into the center torso, and then I've installed the 2 AC-5 burst fire autocannons into the arms. Besides that, to be able to max out all the armor, as I usually do with the Annihilators, it's got exactly the same armor configuration as on all of my Annihilator chassis. I had to downgrade a couple of lasers in a center torso down to 2 small lasers, but then I was able to load the 2 standard medium lasers into the arms. So it's a highly mixed loadout. So we've got 2 small lasers in the center torso, 2 medium lasers in the arms, then we've got 2 AC-5 burst fire in the arms, and then we have 2 AC-10 burst fire in a center torso. As far as the ammunition goes, we've got 6 tons of the AC-10 ammunition, and then also 6 tons of the AC-5 ammunition as well. And of course, because this AC-10 burst fire can generate a somewhat big amount of heat, I had to install these double heat sinks just, to help with the heat management, because, AC-10 burst fire on top with the 2 medium lasers, those things can generate a certain number of heat, and we better be careful with that. Alright, so let's go ahead and see how this kind of build performs in the actual combat. Now here, actually, let me quickly show you the upgrades. Sorry. Upgrades are exactly the same as on all of my Annihilator ballistic variants of the Annihilators. exactly the same story here. I'm not gonna talk much about it. And then, as far as the weapon groups are concerned, I just shoot all the autocannons in pairs all the time. I'm not even trying to save any ammo, because it is enough for any kind of mission. And then also I shoot these lasers in pairs as well. Anyways, let's continue with the mission. So what's going on in here? In my previous video I've started a multiple mission contract. And this is a second mission of this multiple mission contract, which is a raid mission, a fairly small combat area, which is only like 13.5 square kilometers. I will leave all of the negotiation points intact from the previous mission, and then let's go ahead and take this hybrid loadout, this Annihilator, which I've just shown you. So I'm gonna be piloting this variant, and then as far as my lance mates are concerned, okay, so this is a raid difficulty, I mean raid mission with the difficulty of 100. How about this? Let's actually, you know, to make things even more challenging, let's see if only 2 of us can pull it off. So for my lance mate, my only lance mate, I will assign the Annihilator loaded with 4 PPCs. I've shown you this loadout in one of my previous videos. I absolutely love this mech. This is one of my all-time favorites as well. So let's go ahead and see if we will manage to pull this mission out. Only 2 of us.
Our employer wants a selected number of buildings taken out. Intel provided by them can only give the general area they're located at. You'll have to recon the precise objectives on site.
Check out these 2 waypoints
so
first,
hostile reinforcements.
since they are closer, and then we'll go there as,
Target acquired.
as the last thing. Okay. Yeah, those heavy partisan tanks are quite nasty. So one of the things that we need to keep in mind as far as this build is concerned is that the AC5 and the AC10 burst fire, they have different range, different firing rate, and perhaps a different muzzle velocity. So all this matters when working on targets that are far away, like some really distant targets. It may not necessarily be a good idea to fire everything in a salvo, unless the target gets really close.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Who else is here? Just some turret.
Target destroyed.
I should probably use more lasers for those turrets.
Target acquired.
Some helicopter.
Target destroyed.
More helicopters. No, let's see this. Yeah, I love AC-5 burst fire autocannons. One of my favorite weapons in this game. AC-10 burst fire are great too, but they just very heavy. Very heavy. They just take
Target acquired.
a bit too much tonnage. Whereas the AC-5 burst fire has a really great damage to weight ratio.
Target acquired.
Guns up. Engaging.
Target destroyed.
This never gets old.
Okay. I have to agree with that. It's kinda true. It never gets old.
Target acquired.
Storage.
Target acquired.
What else is here? Some ground vehicles. What's going on? Ah, the helicopter.
Enemy destroyed.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Too many trees are on the way.
Threat eliminated.
This is it? Ah, there is some
Target
fuel
neutralized.
tank. Okay,
Target acquired.
looks like we just need to destroy certain buildings.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
On my way.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Yeah, those AC-5s, they work exceptionally well against aerial targets like that. It's such a great and versatile weapon.
Target acquired.
Who else is out there? Looks like we need to just destroy this communication tower.
Enemy transport
Then what else is
touching
here?
down.
This is it? Looks like it's done. Ah, okay, so we
Additional
have
forces are being deployed near you.
this enemy dropship already. Alright, we'll deal with it.
New target.
Engaging target.
Target
I'm
acquired.
gonna take this assault mech. Highlander.
Target destroyed. Incoming missile. Heat critical.
You see, even with those 4 double heat sinks,
I just messed that.
we are still running hot, because those
Tango down.
dual AC-10s burst fire, they generate a lot of heat. A lot of heat. And even, as you can see, 4 double heat sinks aren't enough to properly pull it down. So So we have to be a little bit more careful with the heat management in here. Those things are nasty. You see? Those AC-5s are amazing. Amazing against those aerial targets. Yeah. I love the AC-5 burst fire. Those are really great sniper weapons. You can shoot really far with those. I've talked a lot about it in my previous video, where I was showing the quad AC-5 burst fire configuration. As a matter of fact, I will make another video dedicated to that loadout, because I feel like it deserves more videos to show you how well it may perform in different types of scenarios. Let's go this way. Have a whole lot of time today, as I have to go to work like in a half an hour. It's a bit of a walk, even though this is a somewhat small combat area. Another heavy partisan tank. Some things in there.
We'll use it on radar.
Target destroyed.
And then another heavy tank is hiding behind this rock. Ah, okay, he's got hit. He's got hit. He's almost done. He's almost done. Then we have some helicopter destroyed itself. It ran into the rock. Okay, this one is done.
New
Okay.
target, Warhammer.
Attacking target.
The Warhammer.
Walk on up to the treasure to pick it up.
Critical kill. Nice work, Commander.
Target acquired.
Wrecked.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Lots of ground vehicles in here.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
What else is out here? Just some turrets. Too many trees are on the way.
Target acquired.
Target neutralized.
Alright. Any more mechs?
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Aha, this is one of our assigned targets. Not sure what this is. Let's see.
Target
Okay, it's a
destroyed.
gun. What else? Some other assigned targets. Okay,
Target destroyed.
looks like it's gone.
Target acquired.
this is it?
destroyed.
All objectives destroyed.
Yeah,
We're
this is
inbound
it.
on marked evac point. Get here as quickly as you can, Commander.
Okay. Okay. So it was like a 100 difficulty level mission, even though we haven't encountered here as many mechs as I thought we would, but it was a very successful mission nevertheless.
Target acquired.
Those are kinda far, and then there is this turret. Let's actually get rid of it so that it doesn't shoot us in the back. It's got like, what, 4 medium lasers, you know,
Target destroyed.
that's a pretty good, you know, damage potential there still.
A job well done, Commander. Stand by for pickup.
Okay, let's see what kind of salvage we get in here. Okay, maybe I should salvage this Warhammer. And then what else? Nothing much exciting. These jump jets, class 1, are kinda rare. Let's see. Well, I guess I will pick up a few of these medium lasers, and yeah, I think that should be good enough. Okay, let's see what's going on in here. Yeah, not a lot of mech kills whatsoever, but we haven't really encountered many mechs. Yeah, we've got lots of, you know, trash targets, lots of ground vehicles, all those, you know, turrets and stuff. Yeah, there were a bunch of those, but not so many mechs, unfortunately. But that's okay, it was still a success. Alright, so looks like we haven't lost any components either. Let's actually take a look at those damages. So I'm gonna sell this Warhammer right away. I have plenty of this, don't need one. Yeah, looks like he was in a pretty decent shape though. Okay, so like I said, no components lost, just, you know, some armor damage, very quick repair, so as myself. Okay, so it's time to draw some final conclusion about this build. What do I think of it? Actually, I really like this build, and I think this kind of configuration is a far more practical choice than the one I've shown you in one of my previous videos, loaded with the 4 of this AC-10 burst fire. Yes, that configuration is a lot of fun, and as I was mentioning, I referred to it as my weekend toy. It was a lot of fun, but the downside is that you will be running out of ammo rather quickly with that build. Here it's not an issue. Here you have plenty of ammo for any kind of mission, And the other thing which I really like about this build is that it is also very accessible and very affordable. These weapons aren't very rare. You can definitely find them, you can buy them, you can salvage them. These are far more ubiquitous than, let's say, some of those LB10X solid slug ones. I am not exactly sure whether this is one of my all-time favorites or not, because to be honest, I personally kinda prefer having 4 of these AC5 burst fires instead. This is just, you know, my personal choice. Just, you know, have this uniform range and, you know, firing rate, keep it similar. But nevertheless, it's a pretty capable mech, and it's suitable for almost any kind of mission, I would say. So this is definitely something to consider as well. Well, I mean, I guess this is it for this video. It was a very successful mission. Yeah, we haven't encountered as many mechs as I was expecting to encounter. Nevertheless, it was a success, and we there were only 2 of us, and we haven't lost any components. Thank you very much for watching. Please let me know your thoughts about this build down in the comments. I will be very happy to hear from you. And this is it. Until the next video.